and welcome to part 36 of my report on the McCarrick Report by Patrick Parson. We are starting part B, Cardinal O'Connor's verification and information received prior to the papal visit, 1993 to 1995, found in Chapter 10, Allegations against McCarrick during his tenure as Archbishop of Newark, 1992 to 1997. Now, an interesting footnote preceding Part B mentions a young man who had frequently shared a bed with McCarrick in the Newark Archbishop's residence because of what he called McCarrick's emotional need for physical closeness, although he also claimed they did not engage in sexual misconduct. Then sometime in 1993, McCarrick told him that he was imposing a no-sleepover policy on all priests in the archdiocese. During the planning of Pope John Paul II's 1994 visit to the United States, which was later set to 1995, McCarrick strongly solicited a visit from the Pope to Newark. Now, Cardinal O'Connor carried out an investigation through a trusted person over whether McCarrick had engaged in misconduct with adults. The investigation focused on allegations made by Priest 1, who we discussed earlier, and the investigation came up with a finding of no impediments. Then in April of 1994, Mother Mary Quentin Sheridan, the Superior General of the Religious Sisters of Mercy of Alma in Michigan, expressed concerns about McCarrick by phone to Nuncio Cacciavillan regarding what a priest had discussed about Archbishop McCarrick's bad moral conduct with young seminarians. Then, soon after this phone call, the priest himself contacted Nuncio Cacciavillan to describe what he had heard about McCarrick, although not claiming to have direct knowledge of the misconduct. He did say that Cardinal James A. Hickey had confronted McCarrick about his conduct. Nuncio Cacciavillan contacted Cardinal Hickey, who seemed unaware of any such discussion. Cacciavillan came to the conclusion what the priest had told him about McCarrick was possible slander or exaggeration, and that Mother Superior Sheridan reported the allegations because, quote, she wanted to make herself appear important, unquote. And on April 24, 1994, Cardinal Hickey wrote a letter to the nuncio affirming his friendship with McCarrick, who he described as dedicated and one who goes above the call of duty of supporting the Holy Father and church teaching, and suggesting he may have made some enemies because of that. He went on to say, and this is a quote, "Never in all the years that I have known the Archbishop have I seen any evidence of sexual impropriety. He has never told an off-color joke, nor have I seen him relate to anyone in either a suggestive or improper manner. It should be remembered that tendencies such as Father, redacted, described do not emerge in one's 50s and 60s, but rather in early adulthood. If the Archbishop had those tendencies, it would be very surprising that no one had detected them until recently. In addition, the Archbishop does not live alone, but rather in the cathedral rectory, where many other priests reside. To the best of my knowledge, no priest with whom he has ever lived and worked has accused the Archbishop of improper behavior, unquote. With that adulatory response, as well as Cardinal O'Connor's previous conclusion, lack of acknowledged accusers, and no reported involvement of minors, Nuncio Cacciavillan chose not to pursue the allegations. So Pope Paul II visited Newark in 1995 with no scandal resulting from McCarrick's conduct. What can we learn from this? Whistleblowers are hardly respected or desired by the hierarchy. The motto of too many church leaders seems to be "Si non navem," Latin for "don't rock the boat." Only a very few are willing to drive out evil, but if we accept evil in our lives, we will imperil our very souls. Let us continue asking God for his forgiveness and salvation with the Fatima prayer. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, and lead all souls to heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy.